Okay, so you guys, right? I've been trying to upload a video to my YouTube, right? So that I could have, saved the video from being deleted, because I had also recorded two Mexicans on top of the roof putting in a unsolicited Compstat recording box, right? On top of my roof, which is on top of the Fish Mart, the soul food spot, but they didn't have verification for it. And that came after I had established that they were violating the Rutherford, NYCHA was violating the Rutherford zoning law by by trying to place COVID-19 testing spots and Black neighborhoods in the shelters. So I'm thinking to ensure that it could, I guess you could say, it could spread quicker. But then there's the ironic idea that you didn't follow any of the laws of Rutherford zoning to do so. You just popped up one day and decided this was going to be a COVID testing center. I honestly believe that the numbers are Fox, just like Fox, who's owned by Vox, who has shares in Netflix as well as YouTube. So whoever it is that's behind this, because there is a video with a lot of license plates as well as gang signs. Whoever it is that's behind this is also the person who made a film on Netflix about, it was ironic because it had to have some part of someone who knew my medical record, because they had up there that a white little girl. It was a pedophilic film. It was extremely pedophilic. Disgusting, very exploitative. And it gives you a very deep insight into how demented and how soulless our government and the people who work for it are, regardless of their level of classism within the monomical trained society that we live in. So I really feel bad for a lot of these people, because they're all slaves of Taylorism. And it's a slavery where you are constantly trying to buy back something you can never have again, which is your soul, which you sold for a check that you will never receive, for a country that already makes $250 million per person that's here off of GDP. So you're literally never going to see the money that you are worth, that gives this country worth. And you're working at Taylorism, where you're working 1,000 times harder than you should be for only 10% of your worth. And you are constantly exploited. And it's exploited to a level where you don't know if it's a differentiation between forms of, I guess you would call it, the Oedipus and electric syndrome, which is like white progression, white superego, the superego of the white man. Or if it's the desires to be equal that are used to lure in a lot of low-level Blacks and basic level Blacks who are well-trained, well-rehearsed, and monomical trained abilities, which is just, brainwashing is programming. So a lot of times, y'all gotta excuse my crib, right? I'm crazy as fuck right now because it's been about 3 months of being gang stalked. So a lot has happened. A lot has happened. Very insightful. I honestly thought I was gonna, break. But sometimes, you've been abused, tormented, kicked, and betrayed for being kind for so long that you're numb to it. Like, you're numb to the abuse. That shit is actually entertaining to you to a certain degree. And you may see the depths of it, and it can be very hurting, and it can tear your soul apart. How people will try to destroy you simply for being a free thinker, or someone who is kind and believes in all people having equality and love and helping hands and giving without the intention to receive. But a lot of people only give because they know they will receive. And if they don't receive, they would never give you a fucking thing. And those are the type of people that are running America and running the world. Those are the type of people that when you open up your door, that's the person that's trying to fuck your man simply because you smile just a little bit wider than they do. And your man could be a piece of shit. It might just be you smile because you're a happy person inside. But that smile is enough for someone to try and rip out your whole entire soul. And they're everywhere. They're everyone. They're just zombies. They have no souls, no desires. All they want is money. The most lowest, most, I guess you can say, because it's so low on the totem pole of energies, it's the most exploited. Therefore, we're a country that's built on exploitation. So if you were to say, I can't, that whole I don't want to belong to a club that would have me as a member, like that. That's what they do with money. And it could be money for thugs. It could be money for hoes. It could be money for public programs. It could be money for guns. It could be money for health. It could be money, just money. Different classes of training that are implemented into these people who never had an actual education where they were independently taught through their autonomy. Now, they say that geniosity, you're either born with it, you either have it or you don't. I think at this point, no one has it, not even myself. I'm still learning. I'm still learning how the world works. And I'm realizing that it's not the world that you paint, like Jacques Rousseau says, that the child builds the world. It's became the world destroys the child. And that's a sad way to live. Anyway, I have to upload this because I need y'all to see this. If they let me do it, I don't know. They might block me.